Josh, we are live. Should say
6:30.
All right, call to order. If everybody could stand for the pledge in a moment of silence, please. Thank you. Clerk, could we have roll call, please?
Councilman Eads,
Here.
Councilman Robinson,
Here.
Councilman Peters,
Here.
Councilman Hayes,
Here.
Councilman Hitt,
Here.
Councilman Stahl.
Present.
Has everybody had a chance to look at the November 16th and December 7th minutes? Is there any corrections or anything that you'd like to discuss on those? All in favor to approve these minutes?
Aye. Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Public hearing, there is none. Communications and announcements. Mayor Clauser sent us his appointees. Let me get to it. Yeah, so these would be his appointments for the following year.
Yeah, this is the expiring terms that expire at the end of this year. And then the new appointments, Steve Skaggs for Board of Public Utilities, Justin Mason for the Board of Zoning Appeals, Liam Grooves for the Board of Zoning Appeals, Robert Banhangle for Historic District Review Board, Bob Menner, Historic District Review Board, Michael Clamo, Civil Service Commission, Bill Long for the Tree Commission, Barry Joseph and Marilyn Hall for Parks and Rec Commission, Rich Hayes, Chuck Duvall, Bill Long, Andy Hitt, and Brenda Russell for City Properties, and then Aaron Bauer for Records Commission.
Any discussion on any of these appointments? And hearing none, all in favor to approve these, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Same sign. All right. Those appointments have been approved. Audience concerns, we have Tommy Boyd. Tommy, if you could state your name and address.
All right, Tommy Boyd, 48 North Union Street, London, Ohio. Last week, I came up, discussed about the CDBG funds and everything else. After I'd left, it was just kind of brought up that it may have been the wrong program. What I mostly wanted to point out here is that it was the right program. I understand the miscommunication, but the agreement I've given you is what shows that, Madison County will be carrying that out, signed by the city, and I'm not arguing it. It's, as you were saying, but it is the correct program that I was saying also. So it was kind of a mixed back and forth there. However, the biggest piece that slightly popped out to me that I think would have just helped with a lot of confusion here is that one of the pieces within there that I did highlight in orange for the two paper copies, about third and fourth page in, is that the city shall designate a project representative who will be responsible for coordinating with the county and county's grant consultant. And so that's where my simple question was of, do we have a project representative for answering these, or anyone that is kind of specified for watching this grant?
So our representatives are Rex Castle and Bill Long. They're the ones who handle the CDBG for us.
All right, and so that's kind of where, we've had this confusion, but if anything, I'm not gonna argue it. It's more of after going into this and seeing, you guys are busy enough. I understand that completely, but going through everything last year, looking into our 200-year-old infrastructure, seeing the military camps that, you guys know where that's at? Walmart parking lot. 1935 sewer line from post office out to there, somewhere under our feet. And so tracking all of this, seeing all of this, you know, I feel I'm doing a disservice to hold myself back from saying I'd like to offer myself, you know, as a possible candidate for one of these 2 seats for the Mid-Ohio group, since we will probably be joining that also. So hopefully you guys can consider this, Pat, you know, just as much for you also. Hopefully, you know, we can work together to continue to work on this town, since that's the main goal of it anyway. Other than that, thank you very much, and happy Christmas and New Year.
Okay, on to committee reports. Greg?
I did attend the Finance, Personnel, and Budget Committee. Most of those things are going to come up tonight that are going to be new business. I guess to note for the year overall, our revenues has exceeded our expenses. That's a good thing. We're going to have some items that are going to come up specifically for the Third Ward storm water sewer project. Those will come up, and then the salt barn, that's going to come up later, and something about LED lights. All that's going to be new legislation tonight. That's all I have.
Brian?
I have nothing.
The only thing I'm going to bring up real quick about committee reports, on to next year, we'll have a committee schedule at our first January 4th meeting. So once the chairs are selected, we'll get the dates figured out and present them.
Okay.
Rich, you have anything?
Yes. Had public safety meeting on December 12th. Chief Nickel gave his monthly report. Mr. Hitt will give the police report. Chief Eads gave his monthly report and asked for some legislation that will be coming forth tonight. Mr. Stahl will give that report. Safety Service Director has 4 things that is coming before you tonight, legislation, and that's basically it. We adjourned 5:27. Next public safety meeting, that's up in the air right now, I guess. 8th or 9th.
Okay. Andy?
Yeah, I attended the Public Safety Committee meeting, and I'll give the police chief's report that he submitted to that meeting. They're continuing to the selection process for 3 open positions. The Chevrolet Tahoe marked cruiser was put into service in late December. That is 1 year after it was being ordered. And 2 Dodge Durangos were purchased and are expected to be upfitted in early January for marked patrol cruisers. They assisted in the planning of emergency response exercise with London Fire, London Schools, and Madison EMA. They had the flock camera was struck and damaged, and that's waiting for repair. They attended the following events: Downtown Christmas Walk, Uptown Shop and Hop, and London Elementary School Reading Program. The annual Shop with a Cop was conducted on December 4th, and over 40 children participated. All the sworn personnel have completed their required continuing professional training programs for 2023. And that's it.
John?
Okay. Under the fire and the EMS, Department EMS training with Ohio Health was canceled, which is normal, I guess, in December. Departmental EMS training, firefighter down with CPR, Madison Health. Departmental fire training, auto extrication. Completed several CPR and fire safety classes. Began working with annual Toys for Tots. Collected toys for MACI, Annual Hog Show, Rare Blood Motorcycle Club, Red Raider Power Washing, Relentless Saints Motorcycle Club, Retirement Community, and multiple citizens. Used Ladder 360 for the City of London social media promotion video with the mayor and video photographer. Participated in EMA exercise with London City Schools and London Police. And we'll also have be brought up at in one of the regular things, the advertised bids for disposal for Tahoe, and that'll be discussed later. That's all I have.
All right, on the city official reports, Mayor.
Long meeting, so all we have is Merry Christmas to you. Hope you have a blessed holiday season.
Yeah, man.
Fantastic, thank you.
Rex. On to old business, third reading. Resolution 225-23, you get a motion to read by title and number.
So moved.
Second?
Clerk?
Resolution 225-23, sponsored by Josh Peters, a resolution increasing appropriations.
Yeah, this 250,000, this would be part of the 500,000 that'll go to the Mid-Ohio, put in their escrow. This one will be coming out of the water operating fund.
Mr. President, I move that we table this until after the reading of 228 along with 226. Table both of these until 228 is dispensed of.
Yep. Let's just go ahead and we will go to, let's just go on to, we'll table 225-23 and 226-23, and then we'll go straight to resolution 228-23. Can I get a motion to read by title and number?
So moved.
Second.
Clerk?
Resolution 228-23, sponsored by Josh Peters, an ordinance authorizing the approval and execution of the transfer agreement between the City of London and the Mid-Ohio Water and Sewer District.
Okay, so this would be the agreement with Mid-Ohio Water and Sewer District for them to take over our sewer and water. Steve, could you come up, please? We've been through this the past two meetings. Does anybody have any questions for Steve or anybody from Mid-Ohio?
Good evening, council, and thank you for showing up the week before Christmas when you could be spending time with your family. It's important to get this business done. I will follow this with just a final couple of comments, but I'm going to open this up for questions at this point in time. I'm going to invite Mr. Taylor to come up with Mid-Ohio to answer some of those, and if needed, Russ Thompson with Mid-Ohio as well to answer any questions you may have.
It's not in the camera.
Does anybody up here have any questions for
No.
anybody?
Well, Merry Christmas to you all.
All right. Hearing that we have no questions.
I do have a statement I'd like to make. In the presentations that were given by Mr. Lelonic earlier in the Board of Public Utilities, it was stated that if we do not move forward with this contract to join Mid-Ohio, that there would need to be changes made. I believe there's three paths that council could decide upon, but only one's been presented as an option at this time. Path one is to continue operating as we currently have by contracting Mid-Ohio to assist us. Right now, I want to thank Mid-Ohio for what they've done. They've come in, they've made changes, they've found problems, they're working on those, and I truly appreciate that. I'm glad we have them here to help us with that, which we are paying for, but I do appreciate their service. Path two would be to properly fund a utilities director position and to pursue someone who is qualified to run our enterprise fund services. Path three is to join Mid-Ohio. In Paths 1 and 2, the City of London keeps ownership of our assets and decisions to determine the best path of the City of London is kept within the City of London. I fully understand what it makes Path 3 look so attractive to the Board of Public Utilities with Mid-Ohio. If there's been an actual consideration to following Path 2 by revamping how the services are managed and hiring the correct personnel to manage our services, I've not heard any presentation that's been given us any concrete data to move forward along this path. Mid-Ohio is obviously a quality organization with experienced, qualified people in place. That organization will still be there at a later date, and we can always ask to join later. I feel that we should at least examine continuing along Path 1 or Path 2 and hiring a utilities director to run our services for us. Thank you.
Anybody else? I move to adopt Resolution 22823.
Second.
John. Clerk?
Councilman Eads?
No.
Councilman Robinson?
Yes.
Councilman Hayes?
Yes.
Councilman Hitt?
Yes.
Councilman Stahl?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't know if you would, since we're standing there. Councilman Peters?
Yes. Resolution 228-23 has been adopted. So we have 2024 to get things in order. Congrats.
Well, thank you. And I feel that you moved to vote, Mr. President, just to not hear me stand up here for the next 45 minutes. It's Christmas, okay.
I was going to say, you're welcome.
I want to make sure that this is being passed as an emergency measure. That's part of the
Yep.
movement? Okay. Well, thank you. This is truly a historic move for the City of London. This will solve a lot of issues that we have coming in front of us. And Councilman Eads, I understand and appreciate your sentiments. Please respect my years of service with the City of London and in business, and this by far is the best approach that I think that the city can take. So thank you all.
Okay, on to Resolution 225-23. Again, a motion to read by title and number.
So moved.
Second.
Resolution 225-23, sponsored by Josh Peters, a resolution increasing appropriations.
Like I mentioned earlier, this will be $250,000 towards the $500,000 will Mid-Ohio will put in escrow for that first year.
Move for adoption.
Second.
Clerk?
Councilman Eads?
No.
Councilman Robinson?
Yes.
Councilman Peters?
Yes.
Councilman Hayes?
Yes.
Councilman Hitt?
Yes.
Councilman Stahl?
Yes.
Resolution 225-23 has been adopted. On to Resolution 226-23, motion to read by title and number.
So moved.
Second.
Resolution 226-23, sponsored by Josh Peters, a resolution increasing appropriations.
All right, this is the other half, $250,000 towards that $500,000 with the operating sewer fund.
Move for adoption.
Second.
Clerk?
Councilman Eads?
No.
Councilman Robinson?
Yes.
Councilman Peters?
Yes.
Councilman Hayes?
Yes.
Councilman Hitt?
Yes.
Councilman Eads? Or Stahl, sorry.
Yes.
Can I have two no's?
No.
Hope not.
All right, Resolution 226-23 has been adopted. On to Ordinance 230-23, motion to read by title and number.
So moved.
Second.
Ordinance 230-23, sponsored by Josh Peters, an ordinance amending Ordinance 203-22 to reflect a range of salaries of the department heads and non-union personnel.
This is just to increase the department heads and non-union personnel to, their, for the yearly salaries. Something we do every year to match the union personnel.
So this raises the bottom salary, the bottom number and the top, the entire range. Does that also happen in our contracts? Does the bottom part of the contracts also come up? Okay, thank you.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Councilman Eads?
Yes.
Councilman Robinson?
Yes.
Councilman Peters?
Yes.
Councilman Hayes?
Yes.
Councilman Hitt?
Yes.
Councilman Stahl?
Yes.
Okay, ordinance 230-23 has been adopted. Ordinance, or second reading, ordinance 238-23, a motion to read by title and number.
So moved.
Second.
Clerk?
Sorry, I was trying to, got lost there.
You-
Ordinance 238-23, sponsored by Henry Comer, an ordinance amending official zoning map.
Since Henry's not here, let me see if I can.
We have a public hearing on January 18th scheduled.
Yep. So, okay, here we go. Yeah, so 216 East First Street, yeah, they just want to change from an M1 to a R3. And that, like Chris said, public hearing is scheduled for January 18th, 2024. Anybody have any questions on that? Move on to ordinance, ordinance,
Amend.
Yeah, we already passed this one.
right, ordinance
last-
239-23, we'd passed this last meeting. So,
I'll make a motion to take that off the agenda.
I'll second.
clerk?
Councilman Eads?
Yes.
Councilman Robinson?
Yep.
Councilman Peters?
Yes.
Councilman Hayes?
Yes.
Councilman Hitt?
Yes.
Councilman Stahl?
Yes.
All right, on to new business. Resolution 240-23, motion to read by title and number.
So moved.
Second.
Resolution 240-23, sponsored by John Stahl, a resolution authorizing the Safety Service Director to enter into contract.
I think Bill was going to talk about this. He's got. You going to
Yeah,
talk?
This is the salt barn purchase, up to $375,000.
This is state bid, right, or?
Yep.
And this is for the labor, the parts, everything. This is an all-in bid of $375,000.
Yep. Yep.
Thank you. Well, we did have a discussion about this, about the need for this. Bill pointed out one of the reasons why they wanted to buy the property is because we had extra storage out there that, since that's torn or fallen down, we don't have that. They do have enough capacity. I was a little surprised to learn they have enough capacity to actually hold up to 2 years' worth of salt out there, right? Once that's built, correct? So we do have plenty of salt capacity out there, and this is what would replace the barn that's fallen down.
I make a motion to suspend three reading rule.
Second.
Clerk?
Councilman Eads?
Yes.
Councilman Robinson?
Yes.
Councilman Peters?
Yes.
Councilman Hayes?
Yes.
Councilman Hitt?
Yes.
Councilman Stahl?
Yes. Move to adopt.
Second.
I'm sorry, did Rich second or?
I second it.
Okay. Councilman Eads?
Yes.
Councilman Robinson?
Yes.
Councilman Peters?
Yes.
Councilman Hayes?
Yes.
Councilman Hitt?
Yes.
Councilman Stahl?
Yes.
I am on a roll today. Jeez.
Peters.
Councilman
Peters?
Peters.
Yes. Okay, Resolution 240-23 has been adopted. Resolution 241-23, motion to read by title and number.
So moved.
Second.
Resolution 241-23, sponsored by John Stahl, a resolution increasing appropriations.
This goes along with the other ordinance that passed, so they can, money to do it. Bill showed a picture of the building. It's really kind of neat, something like they use at the Farm Science Review, it's open and stuff with metal.
Make a motion to bypass three reading rule.
Second.
Clerk?
You guys are fast tonight. Councilman Eads?
Yes.
Councilman Robinson?
Yes.
Councilman Peters?
Yes.
Councilman Hayes?
Yes.
Councilman Hitt?
Yes.
Councilman Stahl?
Yes, move to adopt.
Second.
Councilman Eads?
Yes.
Councilman Robinson?
Yes.
Councilman Peters?
Yes.
Councilman Hayes?
Yes.
Councilman Hitt?
Yes.
Councilman Stahl?
Yes.
Resolution 241-23 has been adopted. On to Resolution 242-23, motion to read by title and number.
So moved.
Second.
Resolution 242-23, sponsored by John Stahl, a resolution increasing appropriations.
Rex is going to talk about that.
Okay, this is the Ward 3 storm water sewer project that we got funding through OPWC for $700,000 worth of grant money and I believe $1.8 million in loan money. And then we kick in our share on top of that. This piece is to allow the engineering to get everything finished up so we can get that advertised, put that advertisement for the project out to bid. And it's not to exceed $200,000.
That's just for the engineering services.
The 200 is for the engineering, correct. There should be legislation for the construction later.
Yep.
And the quote is lower than 200,000, but they put in there that there's going to be time and there are additional administrative services that'll be on top of that at an hourly rate, so I don't want to short changes, so I just rounded it up to 200.
Make a motion to suspend the three reading rule.
Second.
Councilman Eads?
Yes.
Councilman Robinson?
Yes.
Councilman Peters?
Yes.
Councilman Hayes?
Yes.
Councilman Hitt?
Yes.
Councilman Stahl?
Yes, move to adopt.
Second.
Councilman Eads?
Yep.
Councilman Robinson?
Yes.
Councilman Peters?
Yes.
Councilman Hayes?
Yes.
Councilman Hitt?
Yes.
Councilman Stahl?
Yes.
Resolution 242-23 has been adopted. On to Resolution 243-23, motion to read by title and number.
So moved.
Second.
Resolution 243-23, sponsored by Greg Eads, a resolution authorizing the Safety Service Director to enter into contract for engineering services.
Well, we just appropriated the money, so now let's go into the contract to spend it. So Mr. Castle did supply us with a document from Choice One Engineering. It's very specific in what they're going to do. I'm always glad to see documentation that comes with these pieces of legislation. As he stated, the cost was it appeared to be a lot lower than 200,000, but he did want that extra money in there, which we've already appropriated. So I move that we suspend the three reading rule.
I second it.
Merry Christmas.
Okay. Councilman Stahl?
Yes.
Councilman Hitt?
Yes.
Councilman Hayes?
Yes.
Councilman Peters?
Yes.
Councilman Robinson?
Yes.
Councilman Eads?
Yes. I move to adopt.
I
Second.
second it.
All right, pick one.
John Stahl.
Okay. Councilman Eads?
Yes.
Councilman Robinson?
Yes.
Councilman Peters?
Yes.
Councilman Hayes?
Yes.
Councilman Hitt? Councilman Stahl?
Yes.
Resolution 243-23 has been adopted. On to Resolution 244-23. Get a motion to read by title and number.
So moved.
Second.
Resolution 244-23, sponsored by John Stahl, a resolution authorizing the Safety Service Director to advertise for bids and enter into contract a Third Ward stormwater sewer project.
This goes along with the other two.
Right, this is to advertise for bids not to exceed $2,800,000 for that third ward.
Move to suspend.
Oh, give that to Brian.
Okay,
Come on, it's his last meeting.
I know.
Put my name all over it.
Second?
John did it.
Okay. Councilman Eads?
Yes.
Councilman Robinson?
Yes.
Councilman Peters?
Yes.
Councilman Hayes?
Yes.
Councilman Hitt?
Yes.
Councilman Stahl?
Yes. Move to adopt.
Second.
Councilman Eads?
Yes.
Councilman Robinson?
Yes.
Councilman Peters?
Yes.
Councilman Hayes?
Yes.
Councilman Hitt?
Yes.
Councilman Stahl?
Yes.
Resolution 244-23 has been adopted. Resolution 245-23, motion to read by title and number.
So moved.
Second.
Resolution 245-23, sponsored by Josh Peters, a resolution authorizing the advertisement for bids for personal property no longer needed for city purposes.
So this will be for a 2003 Chevy Tahoe. Say it again, I'm sorry. Okay. So this is from the fire department.
Move to suspend three reading rule.
Second.
Councilman Eads?
Yes.
Councilman Robinson?
Yes.
Councilman Peters?
Yes.
Councilman Hayes?
Yes.
Councilman Hitt?
Yes.
Councilman Stahl?
Yes. Move to adopt.
Second.
Councilman Eads?
Yes.
Councilman Robinson?
Yes.
Councilman Peters?
Yes.
Councilman Hayes?
Yes.
Councilman Hitt?
Yes.
Councilman Stahl?
Yes.
Resolution 245-23 has been adopted. Under Resolution 246-23, motion to read by title and number.
So moved.
Second.
Resolution 246-23, sponsored by Andrew Hitt, a resolution authorizing the mayor to submit an application to the Ohio Department of Development for Ohio Water and Wastewater Infrastructure Grant Program funding for the East Side Trunk Sewer Project and to execute an agreement with the Ohio Department of Development if funding is approved.
So this is to allow application for the grant and execute that if it should be granted, but what's the amount?
We're asking, we asked for a full amount, $5 million. This will go toward the East Side Trunk Sewer project, which was that $14 million project, so that would be a good boost in getting that project completed. Steve, you remember when the application deadline for that is? It's like in January, right? Yeah, so if you'd like us to try to get $5 million, it'd be appreciated if we get this passed.
I'll make a motion to suspend the three reading rule.
Second.
Councilman Eads?
Yes.
Councilman Robinson?
Yes.
Councilman Peters?
Yes.
Councilman Hayes?
Yes.
Councilman Hitt?
Yes.
Councilman Stahl?
Yes. Move to adopt.
Second.
Councilman Eads?
Yes.
Councilman Robinson?
Yes.
Councilman Peters?
Yes.
Councilman Hayes?
Yes.
Councilman Hitt?
Yes.
Councilman Stahl?
Yes.
Resolution 246-23 has been adopted. On to Resolution 247-23, motion to read by title and number.
So moved.
Second.
Resolution 247-23, sponsored by John Stahl, a resolution authorizing the BPU to enter into contract to purchase a lime slaker pursuant to Ohio Revised Code 73.051.
Did Bill want to talk about that? Probably not. Maybe you will. Okay.
We got it, Steve. We got it. Council already appropriated the money for this project, and I guess I didn't ask the right questions. It exceeds the amount that we can just contract somebody. We need to have authorization to enter into contract. And we don't have to go out to bid because it's considered an emergency, a vital piece of equipment. We just need to be able to enter into contract with the seller because it's over $75,000. Or the contractor, I should say.
Make a motion, to suspend this 3 reading rule on it.
Second?
Councilman Eads?
Yes.
Councilman Robinson?
Yes.
Councilman Peters?
Yes.
Councilman Hayes?
Yes.
Councilman Hitt?
Yes.
Councilman Stahl?
Yes, move to adopt.
Second.
Councilman Eads?
Yes.
Councilman Robinson?
Yes.
Councilman Peters?
Yes.
Councilman Hayes?
Yes.
Councilman Hitt?
Yes.
Councilman Stahl?
Yes,
Resolution 247-23 has been adopted. On to ordinance 248-23, motion to read by title and number.
I'll make a motion to read by title and number.
second?
Ordinance 248-23, sponsored by Andrew Hitt, an ordinance amending the policy and procedure manual.
So this is basically to amend the policy and procedure manual to take out, because of passage of issue 2, to take out the wording illegal drug, and then also, what was the other red highlighted? And this
Adding
is to
the-
allow, this is to allow the city
I think that's
to,
mainly the thing, is that it'll say illegal drugs. We're taking out the word illegal and just having the word drugs.
and it's allowed the city to continue to enforce that.
Yes.
So I have questions about this. Obviously, we don't want anyone to use any illegal drugs, and marijuana is not going to be illegal, but meth is, and cocaine is, and everything that was illegal before this still is illegal. But if we take out the word, so the city regards the use of drugs and the abuse of alcohol as serious problems, that's true. But does this not open us up to legal drugs or prescribed drugs under doctor's care when we remove the word illegal?
We already have that issue. There are certain types of legally prescribed medications that people take that causes them to fail the drug test, so therefore they have to produce documentation that has been prescribed for them to take. So I think we pretty much already covered that. It's just marijuana is no longer considered illegal. The city is scheduled to do a webinar. I mean, the law's already in effect, but the webinar is not till February 1st as to procedures that the city should take in the policing of use of marijuana in the workforce. So we'll probably have other modifications after that, I would guess. The law director really should, this is her recommendation to take it off to basically cover us so we can, anybody that tests positive for marijuana, we can take action. If we left it the way it was, they go, well, it's legal, I'm allowed to take it, so.
I'll make a motion to suspend the 3 reading rule.
Second?
Councilman Eads?
Yes.
Councilman Robinson?
Yes.
Councilman Peters?
Yes.
Councilman Hayes?
Yes.
Councilman Hitt?
Yes.
Councilman Stahl?
Yes, move to adopt.
Second.
Councilman Eads?
Yes.
Councilman Robinson?
Yes.
Councilman Peters?
Yes.
Councilman Hayes?
Yes.
Councilman Hitt?
Yes.
Councilman Stahl?
Yes,
Ordinance 248-23 has been adopted. Now on to our last ordinance of the year, ordinance 249-23. I get a motion to read by title and number.
So moved.
second?
Ordinance 249-23, sponsored by Rich Hayes, an ordinance amending section 1228 of the codified ordinances.
Yes, this would make a change in the city's codifications dealing with new developments and installation of streetlights, making them to conform with Ohio Edison standards and also using LED lights.
Mr. Robinson, it's the last piece of legislation for the year.
Gotta start you guys off with something good on the beginning of the year. I'm just kidding. I'll make a motion to suspend.
Second.
Clerk?
Councilman Eads,
Yes.
Councilman Peters,
Yes.
Councilman Hayes,
Yes.
Councilman Hitt,
Yes.
Councilman Stahl,
Yes.
Councilman Robbins.
Yes. Move to adopt.
Second.
I'm sorry, who was second on that?
John?
Councilman Eads,
Yes.
Councilman Robinson,
Yes.
Councilman Peters,
Yes.
Councilman Hayes,
Yes.
Councilman Hitt,
Yes.
Councilman Stahl.
Yes.
Ordinance 249-23 has been adopted. On to roundtable. I'll go ahead and start. First off, I'd like to thank Mid-Ohio and Steve. Thanks for all your time and effort to get this agreement going and getting it accomplished. Really appreciate it. Second, I'd like to thank Brian for his time served here on council and wish him the best there in the future there on the chamber board. I look forward to start the new year as president and working with council and administration. And this is kind of my plan. I plan to swear in the council and at the first meeting. If you do find an elected for the new members or any other present members, if you do find an elected official that'll swear you in before that first meeting, that's fine too. But for the ones that don't get sworn in, I'll swear in the first meeting. Other than that, I hope everybody has a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. John?
Okay, I'd also like to thank Mid-Ohio with all this work Steve and all of us done with that and followed it through. And I look forward to all that happening. It's going to take a year to get it all done, but it's great to happen. And I also want to think, we've planted so many seeds of investments and things that's going to happen. Next year, stuff be popping up all over towns. It's like seeds we've planted, things we've done. I think we've done more this year than I can remember in any of my past 24 years in 1 year. And it's just fascinating. I think the cities, by this time next year, things will really change a lot. I'm looking forward to all that. And also want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Andy?
I'd like to thank Brian also for his time on council. And I know Henry's not here, but I'd like to thank him also for the time he served. And he had some difficult topics or questions come forward, and I thought that he handled those well. And I'm looking forward to Josh serving as president. Stuff that we're going to handle in the coming couple years. I'd like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. See y'all in the new year.
Rich?
Well, first of all, I'm just thankful to be sitting here tonight. I want to thank Brian and Henry. You guys have been great. I hate to see you go, but I understand. Steve, want to thank you guys, Mid-Ohio. Do us a good job. That's all I ask. Do us a good job, and I'm sure you will. I want to thank all the city employees for doing your jobs and doing them well. We have a good bunch of people work for this city. I want to thank all of our police officers for being there, our firemen, our EMS people. I don't know what we'd do without them. Thank God they're there 24/7. Next time you see a police officer, thank him for his responding, thank him for his service. Same thing with the firemen or EMS personnel. Thank them for their job. I want to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas, and don't forget the reason for the season. And a Happy New Year to everybody, and God bless you, and God watch over our city and our people here and keep us all safe and keep us all well.
Brian, do you want the final word?
I'll send it over to you, Greg.
Okay, thanks. First of all, Mid-Ohio, I'm not disappointed that you're going to be in charge. I'm not. I was hoping that we would take a different look, but I believe you're going to do a great job. Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to all the things that you guys can do for us. I want to thank the city employees, because when we're up here, you know, we get phone calls from people. I rarely get a phone call, anyone complain about a city employee. I'm taking Rich's thunder because he always thanks city employees for a job well done. But tonight, I would like to thank the city employees also. I would like to thank Henry and Brian. We don't always agree and see eye to eye on things, but that's okay. And that's why we're here. So I thank you guys for your service. I really appreciate it. I know as a family man, I know how much this takes up your time. So thanks for serving as long as you have. And also all of our council members, I want to thank you. I wish everybody a Merry Christmas and please be safe.
Brian?
Well, I just want to thank Mid-Ohio for coming through and presenting what the future of London could look like. Just want to thank everybody for my time here, council members, city officials who have helped me along this way. When I first got involved, I was working at the Parks and Rec when I got approached to give this a try. I've always cared about London and giving back to my community, so I thought about another way. Sometimes I question that thought, but we made it. There's a lot of good times, some bad, but you know, seeing the inner workings of the city and how everything works it's unique and it's eye-opening. Everybody from the outside looks in and thinks we're just making choices off of a whim, but there is research done, there's questions asked. We are making the best efforts. No one up here is void from any of the taxes or any of the things that we do. We're citizens just as well. You know, it just, in my 4 years doing this, I missed out on a lot with my kids, and that's the one thing that I want to get back with them. I'm always going to be giving back to my community. It's just going to be in a lesser light. I'll be behind the scenes instead of in front of a camera. So I do appreciate everybody. I look forward to the new council taking over. Hopefully we keep this rolling and we keep moving London forward. So thank you. Motion to adjourn. Yeah.